With Trump's lapdogs continuing to gaslight their way through Washington, it's a wonder if he'll ever be held accountable.
You can't keep getting away with it!
So there's a lot to break down from this week, and we have the perfect panel for it. Let's bring in our Saturday night panel. Stephanie Miller is a comedian and the host of The Stephanie Miller Show on SiriusXM. Noah Shachtman is the editor-in-chief of Rolling Stone, and Josh Johnson is a stand-up comedian and writer for The Daily Show with Trevor Noah. It's great to have the three of you with us. Stephanie, I got to ask you straight up, do you feel gaslighted by the Republican Party here?
And we are not being gaslighted. We have always been at war with East Asia. Repeat after me. We have always been at war with East Asia. It is exactly like that. It's if you've ever been in a relationship like that, you recognize it, right? I mean, you just played the tape. I mean, they are on tape saying the opposite. And so it really is like we've all been taking crazy pills for the last year, right?
I mean, the Kevin McCarthy soundbite where he just completely pretends that he doesn't know what he's talking about. It's mind-boggling because, like, you do know that you speak to journalists every day. Did you not know that that conversation, or at least that comment, was going to be recorded? I mean, Noah, what do you make of Pence choosing to speak up now and on this and making the comparison that he did?
God, he's such a bitch. It's so I just...
Eli, what does this moment tell us about ourselves as a nation? Rather than talking about how we expand access, we are fighting over the bare minimum.
Yeah, look, the people like Joe Manchin and Kristen Sinema, these are the white people that Martin Luther King Jr. warned us about. These are the white liberals who have no sense of urgency, commitment, or integrity when it comes to the progress of justice in the country. And that's just a fact. I don't know if they can live with themselves with that, but that is the reality of the situation. The other reality here, and Bernice mentioned it in that clip, the chief architect of this assault on voting rights is not Mitch McConnell. It's not David Duke. It's not whatever boogeyman you think is hiding under the closet. The chief architect is Chief Justice John Roberts. It is he who has been an enemy of voting rights and racial equality from his very first job out of law school, which was to oppose the 1982 amendments to the Voting Rights Act. It is John Roberts who authored Shelby County v. Holder in 2013, which eviscerated Section 5 of the Voting Rights Act, which is basically why we're here right now. It is John Roberts who authored Rucho in 2020, which swung wide the doors towards gerrymandering. And it's John Roberts who provided the crucial fifth vote in last year's Brnovich decision, which eviscerated Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act. This has all been done by Federalist Society conservatives that have been put on the Supreme Court. And until we stop them, until we do something about the court, you want to pass your Freedom to Vote Act? I think that's a great bill. We should pass it. I think we should have passed H.R. 1. But always remember that John Roberts and his conservative cronies are waiting at the Supreme Court level to strike down whatever laws we put forward. As long as you let Republicans control the Supreme Court, you cannot have a fair and equal, just society.
Is the Oath Keepers a militia group?
No. We don't need to be. We're the military and police.
Defend the Constitution and the Republic, he once told me. Doesn't look like that in the video from January 6th. Not a lot of oath-keeping going on there. Now, Rhodes has been charged with seditious conspiracy. He has pleaded not guilty, but these new charges run counter to what Murdoch family court jester Tucker Carlson has been saying, that this wasn't an insurrection. Where are these sedition charges, he has asked.
Oh, it was an insurrection. So how many of the participants in that insurrection have been charged with insurrecting, with sedition, with treason? 0. By the Biden Justice Department. Said they've been charged with effectively trespassing.
I guess Tucker forgot about the previous court documents entered in the Oath Keepers case, showing what appears to be gun cases being moved around that hotel in Virginia. For tourists, it was a lot of luggage. Now, it should also be noted that the Oath Keepers were spotted hanging with Trump advisor Roger Stone outside the Willard Hotel on January 6th. That's the same Roger Stone, yes, who received a full pardon from Trump in December of 2020. Stone, who has denied any wrongdoing, told reporters last month he pleaded the Fifth to the January 6th committee.
In fulfillment of a federal subpoena, I did my civic duty and I responded as required by law. I did invoke my Fifth Amendment rights to every question.
And we're talking about the same Willard Hotel where Trump allies like John Eastman, Rudy Giuliani, and others, according to the January 6th committee, were working on a plan to have then Vice President Mike Pence toss out the official electors that would make Biden president in favor of a different slate of electors that would have given Trump a second term. All of which brings me to one of the more stunning revelations that's come up, this one by American Oversight, involving Trump allies who sent phony documents, there they are, to the National Archives declaring that Trump won a bunch of key battleground states instead of Biden. Yes, that happened. The bogus documents appear to have been sent from local GOP operatives posing as electors in places like Pennsylvania and Arizona. To be clear, these documents are fake. Reporters in Arizona caught up with one of that state's GOP lawmakers, Jake Hoffman, who signed these documents posing as an alternate elector for Trump. We've also reached out to him for a comment, have not heard back.